All right, Joe, can I have you say and spell your first last name for me?
Joe Miller, Joemiller.
And what do you want your title to be?
Head cook and dishwasher.
There we go.
I'm just the owner of Fast Cart.
All right, so just look at me the entire time.
Yeah.
So we're just going to ask you to give a testimonial about what you've experienced with this whole Airlutions thing.
Do you want to lead it, or do you just want me to ramble?
Just go ahead and ramble, and we're going to cut bits and pieces in and out from you. So just kind of say what vehicle you have, what they've done to it, how it's
Sure.
improved, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Okay, so what kind of is,
How much time do we have?
as much time as you want.
Okay. I first ran across Dan and Airlutions up in Park City at Park Silly about 2 years ago. I looked at his product and it made perfect sense to me. Having blown up more race motors, go to bed thinking about race motors, how they breathe, what they do. A motor is simply an air pump. The more efficient you make it, the more power it produces. Dan's product from Airlutions pushes more air to the motor. I've put it on my Jeep Rubicon. It was worth 12 horsepower and 65 foot-pounds of torque. I put it on my 2012 31-foot four-winds motorhome with a Ford V10. It was worth 16 horse from start to top end, to wide open throttle, all the way through. It's nice and smooth. It gives me about 4 miles per gallon in that big motorhome. Only caveat, wind. Wind, those things are a big sail, they'll slow them down. But the power doesn't drop out of overdrive all the time. It's just been a fantastic experience. I put one as an experiment on my '05 Dodge truck, on my '05 Dodge 2500 diesel. What was really remarkable about that is it took away the turbo lag on the diesel. It made the diesel drive more like a gas truck, and it added about 10 horsepower. Couldn't have been happier. Stop right there. Anything you want me to change? Anything you want me to do?
No, that sounded great. That sounded
See
great.
what else we can think about for a second.
For vehicles like your big motorhome,
Yes.
can you see a difference between the, say in your Dodge truck and then the motorhome as well? Can you see a big difference in that?
Yes. For my Dodge truck, it just made it such a pleasure to drive. I always like driving a gasoline truck, but when it comes to hauling, it's just not quite there. You're always waiting for the turbo to spool up on that diesel. It just takes that turbo lag away. It just made it a pleasure to drive. On my motorhome, it doesn't drop out of overdrive all the time. I can now cruise down the freeway easily at I can easily cruise down, I'll start over. For my 2012 motorhome, I can now cruise down the freeway at 75 miles an hour with no problem. It doesn't drop out of overdrive all the time. There's been no other improvements to that motorhome. I haven't put exhaust on it, I haven't chipped it or anything else. That is bone stock with Dan's product. 16 horse to the rear wheels and about 4 miles per gallon.
Would you recommend it to people?
Without a doubt, I would recommend this product. For me, I was willing to experiment. I am willing to experiment, been in the race business my whole life. So I love to see these kind of products come along. And I think this is such a better product, or a better way to deal with emissions and power than screwing around with the gasoline. All we're doing is we're burning more gas to do the same amount of work because somebody thinks it burns cleaner. We need to do the work efficiently with the right kind of products.
Shop is for.
No, so I think that's good.
Okay.
It's a really good start to put in there.
All right.
Cool.
Cool.